Transhumanism is a class of philosophies of life that seek the continuation and acceleration of evolution of intelligent life beyond its currently human form and human limitations by means of science and technology, guided by life-promoting principles and values. This is a famous quote by Max More, who is a philosopher, a futurist, and most importantly for this topic, a transhumanist. Transhumanism is entertaining the idea that humans have not yet unlocked their full potential and their final evolutionary form. By combining our scientific knowledge, biology, and technology to advance forward and improve the human experience, transhumanism provides a good alternative. Through this, we have strived to create new improved forms of intelligence to assist humanity, one of which is called artificial intelligence. While we have not achieved this yet, we have achieved what some people call weak AIs that act intelligently towards specialized tasks and cannot initiate its own learning.
What are some of these examples of working AIs today?
Autonomous cars are an example. Autonomous vehicles are becoming a viable motorized methods of transport due to their high efficiency and reduced emissions of gases, providing new innovative technology whilst benefiting the environment in comparison to regular petroleum cars. Whilst the invention of the autonomous vehicles focused heavily on benefiting both social and economic factors of consumerism, the use of technological intelligence is a major contributing component behind the navigations of such machines. In particular, this idea can be linked to the concept of AI, creating a system of complex algorithms to replace the need of physical human implications common in activities, explicitly driving. Such examples include lane keeping, self-parking, and autonomous emergency braking, also known as AEB, using aspects of sensory technology as well as voice messages. A popular example is the Tesla, invented by Elon Musk, a company founded in 2003 that exists to, quote, create an entire sustainable energy ecosystem.
Are there any more examples of uses of AI today?
Voice control also uses artificial intelligence, which is known as auto speech recognition. It requires the user to train the program to recognize their voice. The first device was introduced in 1952, which recognized single digits. Today, voice control devices can be used in many industries, including healthcare, telecommunications, military, and personal community. For example, programs such as Siri, Alexa, Cortana, and Google Home. These programs is able to connect to other appliances such as lights, doors, and other appliances such as cars. There are also different types of voice recognition systems, including speaker-dependent, which requires training before use. Speaker-independent recognition, where it recognizes the user's voice without any training. Discrete speaker recognition, which requires the user to pause so the program is able to identify each word separately. Continuous speech recognizes normal speaking rates, and natural language only understands the voice and also returns answers and other inquiries.
How do people teach AI?
Well, it is learned mostly through deep learning. Machine learning and deep learning is a method of using algorithms to sort and read data, recognize patterns, and then make judgment and predict outcomes, instead of trial and error where machines are manually optimized to perform a particular task. Andrew Nguyen, the founder of deeplearning.ai, which is a website online which specifically offers courses to teach people about AI, says, quote, "Deep learning is a superpower. With it, you can make a computer see, synthesize novel art, translate languages, render a medical diagnosis, or build pieces of a car that can drive itself. If that isn't superpower, I don't know what is." This is basically the second machine revolution of humanity. The first machine revolution expanded our mechanical powers. With the deep learning and machine learning, we will expand our cognitive abilities. An example of deep learning and its accomplishments is AlphaGo. In March 2016, a deep learning computer program called AlphaGo beats the world champion at the ancient Chinese game of Go. This was a great leap for deep learning research because of the very nature of the obstacle it overcame, as Go was much more difficult for a computer to master than chess. How has deep learning been used? The primary method is learning by practice. By observing and studying tens of millions of moves made by very strong human players, and then practicing by playing millions of games with itself, each time learning to better itself by realizing its mistakes. Machine learning and deep learning allows computers to learn through examples, data, and mistakes. Intuitive knowledge and Intuitive learning is something in us humans that amplifies the rate we take in information and our interpretation and comprehension of data. Something that cannot be transferred to a computer as a whole, but instead it can be learned through deep learning. Deep learning allows machines to learn that knowledge itself just as we do.
Neural networks are simplified brains transformed into generalized software functions that enable processes like deep learning. This is then manipulated either randomly by hand or by using a method called evolutionary computing to optimize its performance. Evolutionary computers uses the idea of making large sets of neural networks and testing them against each other. Most successful neural networks continue on to the next generation, where their properties are shared throughout the next generation, like evolution, as the name suggests.